We begin tonight with the chaos in Afghanistan following the Taliban's takeover of the country. More U.S. troops arrived at the Kabul airport tonight to help with evacuations. Now, this is what the airport looked like earlier today after the U.S. temporarily suspended evacuation flights to clear the crowded runway. Now, thousands of Afghans rushed onto the tarmac, some so desperate to escape they were seen clinging to the aircraft. Now, still, in an address to the nation, President Biden stood by his decision to pull U.S. troops from the country. And we have team coverage tonight. Fox 5's Kelsey Christensen. She spoke with fearful local Afghans. But we begin with our Phil Blauer with a response from the Biden administration and reaction from our local leaders. Phil.
Well, Maria, President Biden not wavering from his decision to withdraw the last of the U.S. military forces from Afghanistan. The U.S. sending 6,000 troops to make sure U.S. personnel and civilian allies are safely evacuated. It only took 10 days for the Taliban to take over the entire country. Again, President Biden defiant, saying leaving Afghanistan is the right thing to do. He blames Afghans for the collapse of their government and the Taliban for the takeover.
If Afghanistan is unable to mount any real resistance to the Taliban now, there is no chance that 1 year, 1 more year, 5 more years, or 20 more years, the U.S. military boots on the ground would have made any difference.
Now, earlier tonight, we spoke with San Diego congressional representatives Republican Darrell Issa and Democrat Sarah Jacobs about the president's decision.
It's not about leaving. There's bipartisan support that we weren't going to stay there forever. But the process and the timeline and when it was done and how it was done and the failure to plan to take care of these people who now are being slaughtered, that part bothers me because it didn't have to be this way. We could have not signaled a timeline. We could have kept our air bases open to provide the air cover and the protection. And we could have made sure that, if you will, if there was going to be a transition of power, that it be orderly. And it's not going to be, and a lot of people are suffering as a result.
I know this is a difficult couple of days for service members and their families, and especially people who lost loved ones or who still have friends on the ground in Afghanistan. And my message to all of you is that as difficult as this is, your service and your sacrifice was not in vain. We accomplished the initial mission to make sure that al-Qaeda could not attack the U.S. homeland.
And tonight, this tweet from former President George W. Bush, whose administration launched the war in Afghanistan in the wake of the 9/11 attacks. He said, "Laura and I, along with the team at the Bush Center, stand ready as Americans to lend our support and assistance in this time of need. Let us all resolve to be united in saving lives and praying for the people of Afghanistan." Maria?
All right, Phil, thank you for that.